What's going on, AfterBuzz family? You knocked and we are buzzing you in. Tonight on Insecure, we have more Issa, more Donielle, but luckily new chapters coming up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
These is blood shoes.
Oh, what'd I tell you about them shoulders?
Getting lit. I'm like a head right? Go to one.
I wish I had one of those.
I don't dance now. I make money move.
I make money move.
I make money move. If I see you and I don't speak, that means I don't fuck with you. I didn't mean to say that,
but you did.
This is how we do it.
Hey.
Speed drop on a Sunday.
You know where I'm at.
You out of service now. So
Everyone got quiet and let me say the F-bomb. Oh my God.
You're welcome.
Now, once again, this is AfterBuzz TV presents Insecure, the post-church edition. Okay?
The post-church edition.
Post-church edition. We can say whatever we want to say. Once again, I'm McCall Hall, and to my left we got...
What up, guys? It's Drew Jones.
Khaliel in the house with more bounce to the ounce.
What's up, y'all? It's Mariel Turner.
I didn't know we were on that level.
And tonight, this is the Insecure After Show for season 3, and we happen to have 3 of the characters from tonight's show. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. So obviously we're going to get to them towards the end of the episode, but I want to kick it to them real quick. We have Donielle Artese. Make some noise. Nikiva Dionne.
Yes.
Nikiva Dionne.
Hey.
And Kelsey Scott.
Now we got it.
Now, let me tell you, I can already tell Miss Donielle is a natural-born leader, because when we originally got the word that she was coming, it was just her. And then she was like, oh, can my friends come? Wait up, I got my crew. Right.
I respect it.
I guess. So tonight we have been blessed with the whole crew from the Wakanda law firm, okay?
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that one later.
Forever.
So, Wakanda crew up top. How do we feel about tonight?
I don't think they have light skins in Wakanda.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
There were a
they do.
couple.
Where
We
were
are
they?
all inclusive.
I wasn't mad at it, but I was
They
like,
do.
where are we?
I'm sure they do.
Probably.
Well, regardless of Black Panther, because we've all seen that, what about
Right.
tonight's episode?
That was good.
I'm
man.
frustrated.
I was happy with it.
I agree.
I was happy with last week. I felt like it was too short. Tonight we got some good stuff. And we all saw that ending coming. We saw that.
I almost choked on my beverage. Of course we saw that coming.
The Issa Daniel thing is kind of working my nerves. But I did love seeing the law firm and like getting into Molly's story a little bit more. So yeah, it was good. It was good.
And you just...
I'm just... Listen, I am just... Like, I know that it's supposed
Get
to
it
kind
off
of...
your chest. You got everything else on your chest. Get it off your chest.
Listen, I know it's supposed to be kind of reflecting on real life and dating and blah, blah, whatever. But the Daniel Issa thing is just getting on my damn nerves. And
That's real life.
Because it's real.
I just need them to figure it out.
It's too real.
Too real. Triggers. It triggers
real.
me.
So again, I picked up on some themes tonight. This is me, okay? If y'all disagree, go right ahead. But I picked up on a few themes tonight. One is greener grass. So let's talk about greener grass, because we got greener grass with Issa and we got greener grass with Molly. So let's start with Molly's greener grass, okay? So she finally gets what she's been wanting, and that is a Black law firm, a place where she can feel more comfortable with her career culturally. Initial reactions to her adjustments.
First off, like, that's a real thing. Like, I was at an event like 2 days ago, and for some reason, the 5 Black people that were there all sat next to each other. Like, we don't even know each other, but we just did it.
That's real.
It's
It
real.
happens.
So you do want to be around your people for whatever innate reason. I don't think it's gotten bad for her yet. I mean, they do things different. You go anywhere, they're going to do things different. So she's just saying, give it some time.
Do you think it's a Black thing or just a new setting
I think it's a
thing?
Black thing because she's making it a Black thing.
Yes. I think it's a Molly thing. Like, I think she can sometimes do things, like Issa said, you're being kind of negative, be more open-minded, see how it goes. You wanted this experience, you asked for it, so kind of be open to it, I feel like.
What you think, Drew?
I was really into what she was saying. No, I feel like she I just feel like Molly's bougie. I feel like she's had to play like in the white people environment for so long that now that she's finally home, she's like, this ain't cute. And she's just being really bougie about it. And it's like,
Molly bougie? No.
I know, never.
No, never that.
But it's just like, I would love to be in an environment with, where I felt at home. I didn't have to constantly feel like I'm on my toes about everything and constantly defend my own race.
Or you have to worry about people touching your hair.
Oh, Lord.
Crazy.
Is that your hair? Is that
blessing.
Do people still touch hair?
Yes.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened to
I don't
me
even
for a
have
while.
hair.
But you have a bald head, which
They
is
want
seen
it-
as a sign of luck.
they want it-
So I
they-
would touch it too. The reason why we do have these three lovely ladies to my right is because they happen to work at this new law firm that Molly is now working at. Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda forever.
Like three black people in general is a lot, okay? And they're just the tip of the iceberg at the firm.
Yes.
For you guys walking into that scene and just being, we talk about productions, and as you're, getting through Hollywood, you're on a set with basically all black people. Was that a first?
First for me. It's the first time I worked on a television show with a black director. And I was like racking my brain going, I've never done this. So what I did was I took pictures with each director each week because I was
She gonna get her residual check.
honey, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And one week I got a treat because it was somebody I knew. I was like, so who's our black director this week? I'll wait to tell you who.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that one later in the episode. So the other greener grass, okay, I guess you could say, Issa seeing the greener grass with Daniel to start out. Was anybody okay? You said you weren't surprised. Who said they weren't surprised?
Right here.
Okay.
That was me.
But to see,
Not surprised.
and I don't think I was surprised either. I kind of felt like there was so much sexual tension. I knew that they would at least, dry hump, right? What's the harm in dry humping, right? Nobody's gotten pregnant off of dry humping.
I can't.
Can we say dry humping on YouTube? We'll find out soon.
Yeah.
Say it one more time just to be safe.
Dry humping. But regarding greener grass, we have Issa finally seeing with this new apartment what life could be like independently from any guy, whether it's Lawrence, Daniel. Did you guys have any initial thoughts when she walked into that? First of all, was anybody surprised that she actually got called in for an interview? Because I was shocked.
It made me feel like I could get that job.
Right. I'm like, I never managed a building. Maybe I should think
Right.
about that.
And at 750.
Was sounding nice.
In
Sign me
LA?
up. And her apartment looked just like mine. Done.
I think it's in the jungle. I think
that's
that her apartment where she's going to be managing is in the jungle. So it's not like it's the high rent district.
If we put it on they said 16. And so 16, that's up there.
Fun fact. I am currently house hunting. I'm looking more for a house to rent versus
Property
an
manager,
apartment.
girl, you better.
I could do that,
Put
but
that
when I
out
was on Craigslist, the Dunes is on Craigslist right now. They have a 1-bedroom for $18.50.
Hi.
Because it's being gentrified.
Right.
So fun fact. Did anybody else have an initial feeling about Issa going out for this job and seeing what life could be like?
I wasn't surprised that she got the call to do an interview because Issa's smart. She's the one who messes things up for her, not everyone else. Like when you look at Issa on paper, she looks okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Oh God.
You said Issa's smart, but Issa messes it up for herself. So is Issa smart?
I'm saying on paper.
She's
I'm
capable.
saying she's capable on paper. She has it together. But in real life,
in practice, it don't always work out.
yeah.
There you go.
I was happy she took the apartment. I think it's time for her, after 2 seasons with Lawrence, spending this season with Daniel, the first 2 episodes, it's time for her to just get out there and
learn herself.
Right. Learn her. Take some time to say, who is Issa
Get to
outside
know
of
you.
these men?
Not just Issa, y'all watching too. Get to know you.
And Khaliel, can I piggyback on that? My biggest issue with Issa in everything she does is that Issa in this show, there are so many people that look to it as validation and reaffirmations for what they're doing in their lives. And when Issa is smart but does dumb stuff, because I can't say the other word since they're censoring us now, it allows other people to think it's okay to do those things. So I'm glad that she's taking a step in the right direction. It's about time. Now, I just want to ask real quick, Daniel's reaction to her potentially taking this step out into adulthood. Did we think it was anybody surprised by his reaction? And does anyone agree with his reaction?
Thought it was typical. Like, I wasn't surprised.
Typical F-boy or typical Daniel?
Typical,
like,
you
There we go.
know,
It's that part
guys
of the
just
show.
want you to stay around. Guys want to see you grow. You know, like, I feel like he was being a little selfish, right? Like, I just want her here with me.
I'll give you selfish.
And he didn't really want to see her spread her rings, and you know how that goes.
so you think
now
that
you're
Daniel's
expanding.
reaction was selfish? Khaliel, what do you think?
I will agree with selfish. The whole not seeing you grow and spreading your wings. Nobody said all that.
You know what? Okay.
Selfish, yes. I'll agree with selfish.
Now, what about you?
I was
Because
like-
you've been on a good one for about 10 minutes now.
No, I just think I think he's selfish. I don't think he doesn't want to see her grow. I just think when you're so focused on what's working for you, you're not really paying attention to what's working or not working for other people. And so I just think he's human. Like, I think if it was on the flip side and it was Issa's house and Daniel, it probably would be the same thing because they're immature.
You want to know what I think?
Yes.
Daniel is suffering from a lot of disappointment in his professional life. And I think that for him, having a woman to go home to every night, that's, I don't know if she ever cooked, but we do know that she cleans. Does she cook? I don't know. I can't remember. Hell, it's Sunday. But the fact that he has a woman to go home to that he's comfortable with, that he has a rapport with, it helps him to deflect from the professional disappointments that he's having right now. So I think that I don't know who said it, but him being selfish, it's selfish because he's not getting what he wants professionally, and now he's able to have a distraction. Issa is more of a distraction than a love. That's what I think.
And he feels confident too because he feels confident with having her there because he's providing for someone. He's taking
Right.
care of someone who's technically doing worse off than he is. So he feels like he's doing something right.
That's not a good place to operate from, though. Like,
That's how he's
But it does make you feel better.
thinking. I'm not saying it's a good thing.
like, I got this chick on a leash. She ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere
nobody
unless
said all
I say
that.
so.
See, again, expanding. Didn't say all
That's
that.
why we have the male voice in the panel to give us different perspectives.
Let's just count how many people we have in this room right now. We have 2 guests watching the show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 out of 9 is male. 1 out of 9 people in here right now has a penis.
I'm not complaining.
At all. He's totally not complaining. Okay, so next theme I want to talk about is fear of missing out, aka FOMO. Tonight's the first episode we had everybody back together. That means Kelly, Tiffany,
Good to get the
Molly,
gang
and
back.
Issa.
Gang,
I don't
gang,
think
we
we've
out here.
Gang.
No,
up the gang
it's
sign?
unnecessary. But just please continue. I'm sorry.
I'm from Seattle, Washington. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. No, but it was great to see everybody all together tonight. But the fear of missing out started with Tiffany. Now, who in here has like pregnant friends or, the habitually booed up friends? You got one person. Like, is that a real thing where you have to like hide what you're doing as a group because they can't be involved? Because I have pregnant friends and I try to make them drink, but I'm a terrible person.
Oh.
I'm a terrible person.
Oh my goodness.
It's not gonna hurt the baby. Just have one.
Oh my God.
Like, is that a real thing though? Like having to hide your plans?
My friends and I aren't that nice. We're like 26. Why are you doing that? Why are you booed up with a baby? That's on you. So we're gonna go do this. You can stay at home. But
Damn.
that's just us.
I think my married and pregnant friends, we don't have to do separate because they have different priorities. So it's not like we have to purposely, those of us who are single and don't have kids, we don't have to purposely like make our own thing. They have priorities. When they're available, they come hang. But when they're not available, we understand because they got families. They have priorities.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
You a parent now.
Right.
You got a whole kid.
And I'm not.
A whole kid, not a half a kid. You ain't babysitting.
No.
You the pappy.
They there all the time.
You the pappy.
Yes, for the
Not
pack.
a pappy.
I just thought about that movie. Why would you do that? The other fear of missing out, So I saw this come up when Issa was at the fair for the different organizations, and they had the beat the streets, beat the sheets, whatever it was.
I wasn't
my
beat the
goodness.
sheets.
I can't remember. I just saw the episode 20 minutes ago. I
don't
can't
what
remember.
it was either. It was something beat.
But it was something about beats, and they looked like they were having a good time, and it was cracking, and it was crunk. And you kind of see, like, Issa's like, dang, I wish I had that much fun in my job. I think that was, like, the moment where Issa felt like she was missing out on joy through her employment. Did anybody else pick up on that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they made that clear.
Yeah, I think it's time for her to leave. I think she knows that too.
In 5 years, especially they was interviewing the other girl, she was like, oh, you must like it.
Right. So that was my next question. Reactions to her actually having to interview what could be. Okay, we talked about this. Actually, I don't know if we talked about this season, but it's the whole, how many black people can you have in a workspace, right? And so she's interviewing a young lady
Interesting math question there.
right? Like, how many black people to take the screw in a light bulb, right? But she's looking at a young lady who could be a great counterpart, competition, or replacement. You know what I mean? For her, that's a weird dynamic in itself. Did anybody get a feel for her reaction to the young lady asking the question about how it was there? Because I thought Issa was going to be positive because she wanted to have more black people on staff.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was gonna say, I don't think it was a matter of her like looking at her and deciding if she was competition or whatever. I think it was her seeing her positivity and her excitement for the job and realizing I don't have that. And then kind of when she's like, how is it here? Her taking like a look within and being like, I actually hate this job and I want to go.
Yeah. I will agree with that. She gave her so how is it? Instead of the this. I don't know if maybe that's a Southern thing. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. And I'm from the Midwest.
Right.
They do that in Seattle, Los Angeles,
Okay, I don't know.
Houston, New York. I mean, when you go like this, it's clear I'm talking about my brown skin. So we have a feeling like Issa's ready to take that step.
I hope so. I mean, why would you? I think the good thing about this show is that it shows you don't have to spend, if she's making that step, you don't have to spend so many years of your life doing something that doesn't fulfill you. You have to have the courage to go after what you really want to do and know that it's going to be okay. So I think she's finally getting to the point where she's giving herself permission to pursue things that will bring her joy as opposed to being stuck in something that is unfulfilling.
Unfulfilling, like her laying in a bed with Daniel, getting a lovely adult session. I'm trying to keep it like PC here, but I want to talk about new chapters. And my most
a win is a win.
pleasant new chapter is the fact that Issa and Daniel had an opportunity to get it on towards the end of the episode, and she said no, which I am shocked to my core. Was anybody else shocked that she said no?
That was some strength right there. No, I mean, yeah, actually I was kind of shocked just because she makes bad decisions all the time. So I was like, it was a good like surprise, like, oh, look at you growing and whatnot. But I was surprised that she stopped mid-session.
I wasn't surprised because you could tell what he said was still lingering on her brain. So, can you really focus on what's going on if your head is... I don't know. I feel like she's getting to a point of maturity where she's like, okay, this might work in the moment, but it's not going to work tomorrow. So I'm going to just dead it, which I thought was smart.
Move.
Yeah.
Smart play.
Look, I love some good adult attention. And sometimes you do get lost in the sauce. But I think that Issa, that's how I'm going to put it. You get lost in the sauce. But I think that Issa's at a point right now where she wants to feel alive, right? In every aspect of her life, she wants to feel alive, not like a secondary or just a piece of comfort. She wants to feel alive in everything that she does. She's not even feeling that getting adult attention from Daniel now. So it's going to be interesting to see how things play out. We're going to come back to predictions in a few minutes, but I do want to kick it to my guests to the right, okay? So I'm going to try this again because I totally flubbed up your names. So I'm going to start from my left. Okay, everybody else is right. So we have Kelsey Scott.
Hello, everybody.
Donielle Artese.
Woo, woo.
Okay, the pressure is on. Nakiva
Clap it out.
Dionne.
Yes.
So
Now, we found out while we were waiting on this episode to start that Nakiva could easily get a job as a sex phone call operator.
Oh, wow. Or did she have one already?
Or did you already
Or does she still have one? No. Hard in these streets.
So let's go down the line. Like, how did you guys get started in the business? A real quick recap of how did you get here to Insecure?
How did I get into Insecure? I've been a full-time actor for 8 years. I actually launched the West Coast Free People stores. And I decided, I was an actor years ago, and I decided I would hire actors. That would be what fulfilled me. And I read The Alchemist. After fighting for a promotion for several months, I read The Alchemist and went on a fast. And I've been acting full-time ever since. Yeah. One of the first things I did was join Twitter, and I followed casting directors and all these people, and I started posting these 1-minute skits on Twitter. And 10 people saw it. And Issa was one of those 10 people.
Wow.
And I've done several projects with Issa since, so she has been a part of my career for the last 8 years, and this is a blessing, full circle moment for me.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Wow.
Donielle, what about you?
I read The Alchemist.
Oh my goodness.
So what did you
I read that too. But
Ain't it so good?
I need some of that to come to fruition for me.
What did you post on Twitter?
Actually, I kind of was born into this. My dad was an original Motown act.
Hey now. Shoot.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
Slide out on these whole things.
One microphone.
He was in a group called Bobby Taylor and the Vancouvers.
Yes.
And he's Bobby Taylor. And Tommy Chong was one of his backup singers. He was one of the members of the group.
Right.
And I danced my whole life. Music, dance, kind of an easy kind of thing. My dad also discovered the Jackson 5, which is like my little trivia question. Really cool. Nobody believed me when I was little, though. I used to tell them, they were like, you lying.
Your daddy don't know no Michael.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And then I used to be like, oh, maybe I am lying. I don't know. But then, full circle moment for me was as a professional dancer, I got to dance with Michael. And I said, I think you might know my father. And when I told him his name, he ran out of the room. I was like, he hates my father.
Did he run or did he moonwalk out the room?
He actually ran. And then he went EE outside. No, I'm just kidding. And then he ran back and he was like, where is he? Tell him I said thank you. And I was like, oh, okay. Listen, not that deep. You still Michael. You know what I mean?
What does Michael Jackson smell like? Because I always imagine that he smelled really like light, fresh, and airy.
You know, I don't
Like fresh
remember.
linen?
I don't remember his scent. But do remember. I do remember he dropped an F-bomb when we did the video.
What?
And
Jackson
we-
cusses?
Listen, that's what we said too, because we were all
Just the one time.
nervous. We were like, oh my gosh, and we were working with this choreographer named Vince Patterson, who is the white guy in Beat It. So Michael Peters is the black guy, Vince Patterson is the white guy. Who's legendary in the dance world, and so he's our director, and so we know him, but there's Michael, and he's like electricity when he turns on. It's like it can be real quiet, and then all of a sudden the hair on your arm stands up because he's alive now. It's crazy. So we got nervous.
Yeah.
And he turns off the music, and Vince goes, why did I hire you guys? What? You're scared of him? And he starts hitting him. He's like, this guy is nobody. Who is this guy? And we're like, oh my gosh. And Michael said, F you, Vince. And we all went,
Hey, Mike had a potty mouth.
but we all, nobody probably knows that, but he did. And we all just kind of relaxed. We're like, he's normal. Oh. And then we got a great shot. So,
Light skin and normal.
lights and normal. And I just, from there, from dancing, I always wanted to act. But when I was 18, I got diagnosed with lupus. And my doctors told my mother she needs a new hobby. And I was like, hold on. All these dance classes I went to, So I went and I danced until I could dance no more because I got kidney failure. And I said, okay, that's God's way of telling me it's time to go to your next career. So then I just focused on acting.
Cool. Wow. Now, Kelsey, who did you background sing for? Jesus? Apparently. Because, I mean, you can't top Michael. Only way you can top Michael is you talking about Jesus.
I know. That's a hard act to follow. Okay. Yeah, no one.
But I started out as a child actor. I started out really just kind of reciting my grandmother's poetry. She was she just loved to write. She could never do it as a profession. It was just a different time period. But she loved to do it. And so when she moved in with us after my grandfather passed away, she would just always be writing and writing and writing. Then she would give it to me. And even before I would read, she would record herself saying the writings and give me the tape recorder. I'd play it over and over again until I got to the point where I could read it. And then I'd go out and community functions and churches and all kinds of things like that. And then people would just say, who is that little girl? You know that little girl who did that thing in church? Who's that little girl? And so one day.
She did such a good job.
Right, she did good, bless her heart. And so one day they gave the little girl a script. And so I started doing theater. And then from there, I did a sitcom with Robert Guillaume when I was young. But I went kind of in and out of the business because my mother was an educator. And as much as I wanted to stop the world and go to Broadway, she said, no, you're going to get a degree because that's what we do. And so I just kind of went, I came in and out of it until finally some years ago, I just knew there was no way I could leave it again. And so I have been full-time since then.
That's a blessing. And that's something you don't hear a lot in Hollywood is full-time working actor or actress.
Yes.
So give it up for that.
Thank you. Okay, because it's hard.
Thank you, ladies.
Now let's move on to Insecure. Like we know what happens on the show, right? But give us some tea. Like, what are some of the most pleasant surprises that you have discovered since now being on the show? Whether it's like somebody super cool to work with that we had no idea was cool to work with.
Well, I mean, I'm sure people have an idea, but just watching how Issa does this is really, really inspirational. She's so humble. She's so like approachable, nice, welcoming, easygoing. If you didn't know she was the star and the creator and the writer.
Oh, we know.
But if you didn't know, you wouldn't know.
It wouldn't be because she's
bragging
about it.
Yeah, I feel you.
It's just note to self. When I get there, that's the way to do it.
Right.
I remember seeing her in the makeup trailer earlier that day because she had a scene earlier in the day, and so she was doing her shots, and then later on she changed into some jeans and a top, and then she was behind the camera, and I was like, that's so badass. I was like, that's so great to just have all of that influence and control and and to inspire people that way.
Nakiva, what about you?
I think the energy that was consistent on set was she's a fan. So that is bred through the entire cast and crew. She is a fan first. She's watching you and she's like, oh my God, that was dope. Like she's very much a creative, you know what I mean? So she's not managing it. She's literally saying she was present and that's why that shit was dope. Like that's how she is, So that's the energy that you felt throughout the cast and crew. Another thing that was so dope and that I've known about her for a while is just so many people that she brings on are people who either have zero experience or people who have been with her from everything. So there's always this great balance of, oh yeah, I've known Issa forever, and this, oh, I've never done this, and I'm so excited to be here. And that's great. Like, that's dope because she's giving these first opportunities, and she's also saying, I saw something in you before anybody else saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's really great to hear. Now, I want to play a little game because we are running short on time. I don't know why we're running short on time. We were here on time. Okay. Even though on the show they talk about how black folks can't be on time and can't start meetings on time, I just wanted to be known that this foursome was here on time.
Yes.
But we getting our time cut short. So I want to play a quick game of F, Marry, Kill. Okay. Now we're not talking about the actual people. So when I say Lawrence, I'm not talking about Jay Ellis. Okay. It is Lawrence.
Okay.
The three people I thought we should have: Daniel, Lawrence, Dro. Each one of you guys have to pick F, Marry, Kill. You can think of it as your own personal self or your character. Okay.
Do I have to tell
Lawrence, Daniel, Dro. F, Marry, Kill. We started it on your side. We'll start over here with Kelsey.
Oh man. Okay. All right.
F, Marry, Kill.
Okay.
Lawrence.
I'm killing
Daniel, Dro.
I'm killing Dro.
You killing Dro?
Joe's dead. I feel
Okay,
that
good
was
guy. That was a good guy.
Sorry, Joe's dead.
All right.
Probably F and Daniel. So I guess I've
like
got to marry
Daniel.
Lawrence.
There you go.
Wow.
Good choice. Good choice.
I mean,
All right.
we didn't say for how long.
So definitely
Don't get all excited right now.
80% of marriages end in
Until
divorce.
alcohol do wear off.
All right, Danielle. F, Marry,
goodness.
Kill. Dro,
is-
Daniel, Lawrence. F,
Listen.
Marry, Kill.
This is tough. I'm torn.
It's not that
between-
hard.
It is. I'm torn because I kind of want to. I kind of want to kill Daniel. I kind of wanna.
So he's dead.
No, I said I kind of wanna.
It's gonna be great when you guys go to your next meeting.
He drives me nuts, but the fact that he drives me nuts makes me want to F him. So I'm gonna put F for Daniel.
Okay, you're gonna F Daniel.
And I'm gonna have to marry Lawrence too.
Marry Lawrence.
Drones out of here.
Lawrence is alive, y'all. Alive and well.
Well, you know, I take off for all the men on this show. So.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Can I count on you to say something different?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Thank God.
Let me see. I'm when you know you're ready to do something stupid, you gotta get a dumb voice on. I'm killing Dro. You know what I mean?
He did. He done. He done.
Stuttering there, bang bang. Lawrence, I'll F Lawrence.
You gonna marry Daniel?
I'm marrying Daniel.
Interesting.
You know what?
Lord.
Listen.
Daniel's a good guy.
He got potential.
You know what? It's not
even
mad at potential. That's that P word that women like. He got potential. I'm not even gonna say that. I'm gonna just say there's something that's exciting about it. There's something that's a challenge, and I love challenges. And then there's a comfort too, where it's that guy where you're like, I wonder what if, because we keep coming back to each other. That's what I'm saying. I'm laying in there. A whole bunch of foolishness, right?
I had one of those. Don't do it.
I wanted to ask you, ladies, what can fans expect from the Black law firm? Like, what can you tell us?
We're gonna be black.
We're gonna be on time.
Shenanigans.
We be on time. We be on time. We just get no time.
What
You know what?
Shenanigans. There's some topsy turvy stuff that
I'm just a worker. I don't know what these.
you know
shenanigans
everything.
are.
You're the secretary. You know everything.
Oh yeah, that is true. Reading all the emails.
I think you can expect to see a real representation of Black people at work. You're going to see the side eyes. You're going to see when you walk away, you know what I mean. You're going to see the conversations without saying anything. Right? You know what I mean? You're going to see the, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, you will see the, are you coming for me? And then you also see that, look, we were on the same team. You know what I mean? So you'll see a lot of different things, but it will be real. It will be authentic. It will be insecure.
Any other Wakanda law firm tips, insights?
Not that we can tell you.
Dang, we were trying to get the tea.
Listen, job security.
Okay, regardless of Wakanda, obviously we want to keep up with what you guys are doing. Obviously, this isn't the only show that you guys are going to be on. It's not the only show and last show you're going to be on. How can our fans follow you, support you, if they want to go on Twitter and watch some of those old clips?
Do it.
So where can they find you and what's up next?
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, all social media handles at Nikiva Dionne. And next, I have a few things in the works. You'll see me recurring on SWAT CBS coming in the fall.
Network checks, come on through.
So stay
Network
tuned.
checks, okay, they cash on time.
And for me, I do a lot of commercials. So I have a really cute one out right now. It's for Sling TV. Can I say that?
Yeah,
Okay,
I love
it's for
Sling TV.
It's for Sling TV. It's really cute. It's not a swingers party. It's a slingers party.
I'll take both.
Yeah, so I do a lot of commercials. I have a few more coming out soon. And you can keep up with me at Ms. Artese, MSARTESE, or Donielle Artese on Twitter.
Wonderful. And Miss Kelsey Scott.
Yes, you can. That is my handle.
Miss Kelsey Scott.
That's Instagram and it's Facebook and it's Twitter. It's all that cute stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, it's Ms. Kelsey Scott. And I have a film right now that's in festivals. It's called A Patient Man. It's a bit of a thriller, and I'm playing the psychologist to a man who might have a vendetta. And then I am also a screenwriter, so I have a couple of projects in the works behind behind the camera, and hopefully you will be seeing them soon. And I'm a cast member on the web series Giants, and so yeah, we're doing some very nice things with that.
Congrats on the Emmy.
Thank you.
Well, the nomination. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I know, right? You gotta.
A win is a win.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
We just want to give you guys a proper round of applause.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank
you guys.
Love to see black girls getting work. Now, before we get out of here, I do want to go over our social media and predictions. So we're going to do it all at once. So Mariel, go ahead and give your
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, you can find me at Mariel_Turner, and predictions. I think Issa and Danielle are going to hook up eventually. I think Molly is going to have to learn some things at this black law firm. And yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
Trying to be quick.
Daniel Issa, it's gonna happen. Well, it kind of already happened, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Khaliel Abooboo, Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo.
I want to see Issa at least attempt a little like eat, pray, love, learn to love yourself, girl. Focus on you, and you can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
All right, you can find me on social media when sports and pop culture collide at McCall Hall of Fame. And I'm going to stick with what I've been saying. Molly's going to end up pregnant, okay? It's going to happen. I don't know who the baby daddy is, but Molly's going to end up pregnant. But I know who my baby daddy is. It's AfterBuzz TV, and you can follow him across the board at AfterBuzz TV. You guys, we'll see you next week. Go get some rest. Peace.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.